Coming back and going to GIS, touring the school, going to Maoli, it's been absolutely a dream come true for me.
Yes.
I spent my whole life thinking about coming home.
Okay.
And here I am again.
And here you are.
Yes.
Would you ever want any of your generation to school in Ghana?
Oh, yes.
Absolutely.
Definitely.
You know, the experience of growing up and here, just the cultural experience, but also the educational experience, especially at GIS, which is really, it's an international school.
Yeah.
There is nothing like that experience to teach you the values that are so important to being a human being. And we don't get as much of that in the United States. In fact, the academia here, even the public schools are so much more advanced than U.S. schools.
Oh, really?
Yes, they are, academically.
Maoli has grown. There were 600 students when I graduated at Maoli. Now there are 5,000. We used to have 5 forms and then 2 up to A level. Now they only have 1, 2, and 3, and of the whole 5,000, just 3. But it's free now.
Yes.
When I went to school there,
yeah.
I had classmates that the whole village would pay the tuition for them to go to school, one person, and then they would go back, become a doctor, go back and help the village. That was the common practice. Now it's free. And I think when we were here, Kwame Nkrumah's, one of his main ideas was to educate everyone, and that will bring Ghana into the world.
We've been welcomed with open arms and genuineness, and it's just been wonderful. It's been it's almost like a pilgrimage, you know, coming back to our home.
Right.
So yeah, I don't know why I've stayed away for so long.
So long. So now you're going to be coming often.
We're going to be coming back again, yes.
Again and again and again.
Yes.
That's
absolutely.
amazing.
Hello guys, welcome back to the channel. My name is Delphina. I'm very excited returning back to you. If this is your first time on this channel, please subscribe to the channel, like this video and share this video. Also do all to press the notification bell to get notified whenever I drop another one. So today we are checking out a video of 3 brothers who were born and brought up here in Ghana. They left Ghana at the age of, I think, teenagers. Yes, they were teenagers when they left Ghana to the States, and now they've returned back to Ghana after 50 years. Here is what they have to say about their experience while growing in Ghana, and likewise, now that they are back, what they have brought with them to develop the economy and the people of Ghana. I'm very much aware that this video is very long, but it is very important we watch this video from beginning to the end, guys. Let's watch.
These brothers here, when you see them, you might think, oh, they're not Ghanaians. Oh, see, when I was having a conversation with them before we even came on air, I said, you're Ghanaians? Yeah, proud ones. Now, I want you to take a look at their profile video, the Desmond brothers, and when we come back, we'll get talking to them.
The Desmonds. David Fairfield Desmond and his wife Joan arrived in Ghana in 1952 with their daughter Miriam, driven by a passion to serve. While in Ghana, David taught at Maoli Secondary School and Joan worked at the school's health post, initiated a well baby clinic, and volunteered at the whole leprosarium. They had 4 children: Miriam, born in 1951, Edwin in 1953, Fred in 1956, and Eric in 1957. The family left Ghana when the children were around 17. David retired in 1977 after 25 years in Ghana and later worked as a teacher and environmental chemist in the US, retiring in 2005. David passed away a few years ago and Joan in 2007. The family returned to Ghana for the 50-year jubilee of Maoli Secondary School in 2000, where a science building was named in David's honor. Edwin Desmond is a mental health professional, musician, and artist. He enjoys playing folk rock music, drumming, wood carving, painting, and has a passion for science, math, and soccer. Fred Desmond, a retired mental health professional, lives in Florida with his family and enjoys home renovation projects. Eric Desmond, a retired agricultural engineer, lives in Asheville, North Carolina. He enjoys gardening, beekeeping, traveling, and brewing beer with his wife, Sue. The Desmond family's legacy is one of service, creativity.
The Desmond family, the Desmond brothers are here. Hello, gentlemen.
Hello.
How are you? So I have Edwin, Fred, and Eric.
That's right, yes.
Welcome once again.
Thank you.
Thank
So
you.
when did you come to Ghana? I mean, when do you come for the visit?
Oh, last Monday.
Last Monday.
Yeah, a week ago.
A week ago. And you're here for how long?
Until Friday.
Until Friday.
Yeah.
So just 1 week.
Yes.
But how has it been so far?
So far, it's been absolutely wonderful.
Right.
We got a chance to take a trip to where I was born, at Ho, and I saw Maoli Secondary School, which is I graduated from there in 1970.
Okay.
And so
So you went to Maoli?
I went to
Secondary
Maoli
School
for 3
too?
years.
Okay.
And my brother went for 1 year also.
Okay.
So we primarily went to GIS, living in Accra, because our families were living in places where they didn't have schools,
Okay.
English-speaking schools for us. So we all came to a boarding house in Accra. In fact, it was at Kokolemle we started. And here's a picture of me. Here, this is a gift for you. This is a
thank
CD
you.
that I made 60 years after I lived there with the actual boys that I lived with. We're all in a band, internet band.
And they were all in
Yes.
the Volta region with you?
We were all here in Accra.
Yeah, in Accra, at GIS.
At GIS.
GIS, yes.
We went to GIS during the day, and then we stayed at the boarding house. And then the boarding house moved to cantonments.
Okay.
And we could walk to school. And coming back and going to GIS, touring the school, going to Maoli, it's been absolutely a dream come true for me. I've spent my whole life thinking about coming home.
Okay.
And here I am again.
And here you are.
Yes.
So after you left, this is the first time you're coming?
I actually came back with my wife in, 1976.
Okay.
But that's the last time I've been here, so it's that's like 49 years
Yeah.
since I've been back, and it's been way too long.
It's been way too long. Have things changed since the
Things
last
have
time you
changed a lot in many ways, and yet the Ghanaian people are the same, and that's what we loved about growing up here.
Right.
And that's what we love to see when we come back. So Accra has grown a little bit.
Just a little bit?
A little bit.
Yeah, it's like all the way almost to Aburi. And yeah, before it was much, much smaller.
Right.
But again, that's not what's important. What's important is the people are the same. And we've been welcomed with open arms and genuineness, and it's just been wonderful. It's
Right.
been it's almost like a pilgrimage, coming back to our home.
Right.
So yeah, I don't know why I've stayed away for so long.
So long. So now you're going to be coming often.
We're going to be coming back again, yes.
Again and again and again.
Yes.
Yes.
That's
absolutely.
amazing. You are the youngest,
I
right?
am.
Okay. And how old are you?
Think about that.
He's that old that he has to think about it.
67.
Oh, wow.
Yes.
That's amazing.
Yeah.
So when you left, how old were you?
I was 17.
You were also 17. So you all left at the age
I
of
was
All of us
17.
graduated from GIS or Maoli.
Okay.
And then we went back to the States for college.
Also, your dad made sure everybody schooled till 17 before
Yeah,
he...
yeah.
Yes.
Yes.
Well,
That's
to
amazing.
finish our secondary education.
Our O levels.
levels.
We took our O levels, and then
That's great.
that time.
Okay.
Yeah.
So what's your fondest memory back then?
Say it again.
Your fondest memory?
My fondest memory. Oh,
eating fufu.
there are too many. Too many. But food, just traveling around Ghana, meeting
Playing
people.
soccer.
Oh, he
he
likes
played
playing
soccer
soccer?
for Ohio State University.
Oh, wow.
Yes.
That's great.
Right.
Okay.
Yes.
We still play.
You still play?
We still play.
Oh,
yes.
that's-
I play in a rec
Love this.
league. Yeah.
But he's the most accomplished player.
Okay. Oh,
He's
that's
the
great.
number 9 in the family.
Oh, wow. That's great. Amazing. So since you've been here, I mean, what brought you back?
Well, a number of things. We have a group of people that all grew up here. There were about 40. And we had a reunion in Denver, USA. And 35 of this group all got together for a retreat. And we decided we all have to come back to see the place. And so many of the people said, well, since I am kind of the leader of the group, I have to come back first, find out how to get accommodations and transportation and all that. And once I pave the way, this is kind of a fact-finding mission, then we're having a retreat in the U.S. in October. I'm going to show them pictures about all of this and then help them all come back as well.
If they would like.
If they
Yeah.
would
And
like.
many of them actually would very much like to come back. They've grown older and maybe are not able to for health reasons or maybe for monetary reasons. I mean, it's pretty expensive to come to fly over here.
Yeah.
Yeah. So,
Yeah.
But we will try to do our best to make sure that everybody who wants to come back can come back.
So since you came back, have you been to GIS?
Yes.
Oh, yes. We spent like 2 hours there.
Oh, you spent 2 hours there. That's amazing.
Yeah.
And what's the difference between then and now?
They have a brand new library.
Okay.
They have grown substantially in terms of the buildings, the architecture, the students, the same soccer field. Exactly as the way we left it.
Yeah.
The way you used to play.
Yes.
Exactly. The field is there. The assembly hall where we'd meet every morning before school, that's still there, exactly the same. The classroom where I did Form 1 and 2, they are still there.
Yes.
But their health facility for the school now.
Is now
So
there.
They've greatly expanded.
Yeah.
And they've also, they've gone media. They've come into the present in terms of their technology and that kind of thing. And so-
Computers, digital.
Yes.
Yes.
And reaching out. So we will be able to have contact with them when we go back. We'll be able to, they have Facebook, of course, and email and that kind of thing. And so this year is their actually it's in the fall, is their 70th anniversary.
Oh,
But,
yeah.
but their mission has stayed the same,
Yes.
which is understanding other people as their
Right.
In fact, when we were there as kids, they had a competition for the school song. And one of my friends won the competition and they wrote the lyrics.
Right.
We remembered the song and we sang it with them when we went back.
Oh, so you still remember the song?
Oh, yes.
Yes.
Oh, yes.
How come you've forgotten? How come you haven't forgotten?
Because we were there for...
So you
we were
can
in
sing a bit
school.
of it for me?
We were in the sky.
It helped that she was singing it and leading us.
yeah.
Oh,
It's
okay.
much easier that way.
Right.
But the main thing is understanding of each other.
Right.
And that's the key point of the song.
Right.
And that idea, understanding of each other, we're Americans and we live in a country that is not always understanding of everyone else. And we are kind of ambassadors from Ghana about the world idea that we shouldn't judge each other. We should understand and empathize with each other. And we learned that here in Ghana.
Yes, it's true.
So what about Maoli?
Maoli has grown. There were 600 students when I graduated at Maoli. Now there are 5,000. We used to have 5 forms and then 2 up to A level. Now they only have 1, 2, and 3, and of the whole 5,000, just 3. But it's free now.
Yes.
When I went to
Free
school there,
school, yeah.
I had classmates that the whole village would pay the tuition for them to go to school, one person, and then they would go back, become a doctor, go back and help the village. That was the common practice. Now it's free. And I think when we were here, Kwame Nkrumah's, one of his main ideas was to educate everyone, and that will bring Ghana into the world. Yeah.
So which hall were you? Which house?
Pardon?
Which
I was
house?
Wilberforce House.
Oh, Wilberforce. That's the most popular house, right?
Yes. And in fact, when I was at Wilberforce House, I was born in the master's cottage there.
Oh, really?
Yes, I was
cottage.
born actually on the campus of Maoli.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
The Maoli's in your blood.
It's in my blood, yes.
Not only is he a Ghanaian, but he's a Maoilian. Yes.
Very, very true. Very true.
Yeah.
So, with regards to the things that you saw, what changes do you think the government can do to fix the Maoli issue? Because if they are still Form 1 to Form 3,
Right.
over 5,000 students,
Yes.
I mean, you've been there, you've seen it. What can be done?
Well, I think the one thing that will help the whole country and Maoli is to start investing in solar. Because if you look, my father did the same thing in a different kind of technology. He was a scientist. He wanted to bring electricity and the use of running water and electricity to Africa, basically, by teaching people the technology. Now, if we go on to the next level of technology, I know he would be teaching about solar, because if you put solar panels on your roof, you have electricity, you can have a portable generator, you can cool an electric car and the batteries inside that, and you can produce your own electricity. Once you have electricity, you can bring Wi-Fi. You have a computer in every house. You can learn up to the university level any subject on the internet.
Yeah.
So it would be a way to bring the technology that is renewable to this country. It would put this country on the same footing as any other country.
But I'm just wondering why, when you left, it took so long before you came back.
Well, I actually came back in 2000
Okay.
For the 50th anniversary of Maoli. And my father came with us, and he was given some accommodations and so on. But it's difficult to make the trip because we have a mindset that it's so far away, and it's hard to maintain contacts with people,
Yes.
to know where to go,
Yes.
where to get transportation and all that. And I think we've figured that out.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well,
Same
it
for
was
you?
much harder
Yeah.
before the internet and talking to people across the ocean. But I came back in '85, and then in 2014, when the U.S. beat Ghana
Yeah.
in the World Cup,
Yeah.
and Daniel, our host, was watching that together.
Yeah.
And I was actually rooting for Ghana.
But Daniel has been a great help
Yeah.
Right.
in
Oh.
figuring out all the connections.
That's
Yes.
beautiful.
But
Yeah.
part of the reason was my wife and I brought our two sons,
Okay.
or two of our sons, and Ed has brought some of his family
Two of
this
my
year.
children.
So that's part of the reason for
Okay.
coming. is-
So you want your children to
Yeah.
get
To know where we
more-
grew up.
what
And
you
my
grew-
grandchildren,
Oh,
too.
your grandchildren? How
Yes.
many grandchildren do you
I
have?
have 5, but I brought 3.
Oh, wow, that's
Yes.
beautiful. That's You all have grandchildren too?
Oh, yes.
Oh, that's lovely.
I have 3.
You have 3?
One on the way.
Oh, one on the
that's
way.
right. You're-
That's nice.
He's the
Congratulations
youngest,
on that
right?
advice. Oh, but he's 67.
67.
Oh, 67. Yeah. So one on the way. More will come.
Absolutely.
Yeah, that's great. So would you ever want any of your generation to school in Ghana?
Oh, yes.
Absolutely.
Definitely.
You know, the experience of growing up and here, just the cultural experience, but also the educational experience, especially at GIS, which is really, it's an international school.
Yeah.
There is nothing like that experience to teach you the values that are so important to being a human being. And we don't get as much of that in the United States. In fact, the academia here, even the public schools are so much more advanced than U.S. schools.
Oh, really?
Yes, they
Yes.
are, academically, absolutely.
In fact, when I finished Maoli in 1970, I went to university. I was 2 years ahead. I'd already learned calculus, and they were just starting calculus. So I think if the country keeps up high levels of academic standards, that is a good thing.
It's also, yes.
Of course, when are you coming back next?
As soon as possible.
To be
we
determined.
We haven't set a date.
Yeah.
I'll probably be back in October.
That's great.
Yeah.
So as you're coming back, definitely people are going to expect you to bring something, not maybe goods or something, but what are you bringing to impact maybe Maoli, GIS, where you grew up? What are you bringing?
Well, I think there's a lot of different things we can bring, and we can bring some things that are important to us in our country as gifts. I also have this band that I'm working with, and we have
I
a
love
couple
your
of
band already.
a couple of it's called the Boarding House Gang.
Okay,
Yeah.
that's nice.
So a couple of us will probably bring different types of arts and crafts products back with us, maybe documentary or some photography, etc.
And maybe musical.
And musical.
Musical.
We're working on our next album, so
Okay.
we can dedicate it to the next
It'll be
trip.
good to have a tour and come to Ghana for one of your tour.
Right.
Yes.
It'll be great.
And maybe some
Yes.
collaboration.
Exactly.
Yeah.
That's nice. So as we are here in Ghana, of course, like you've come, we love that you're here. I know some people watching will be asking, will there be an opportunity where maybe if there's maybe scholarship or something abroad, you will be there willing to help some of the students either from GIS or Maoli to take them there? Have you thought about that? Considered that?
I think our first step is to get our group to help sponsor someone at GIS, a student in their boarding program or something, to give them a scholarship to be able to go to school there. And I think we'll start with that. That might be a next step to have someone go to abroad.
That'll be great.
And also materials. So we're going to be collecting funds, raising funds so that we can help purchase materials for the schools that really need books and things, technology and things like that. And I
be
agree. I think that's the first step.
A drop in the bucket, but
Yes.
Yeah.
Every little bit
Little bit
helps.
Yeah, that's true. Every little helps. There are people who are in certain areas and all they need is a pencil.
Yes. Yes. Something to write on.
Something to
A
write
book or
on.
something,
Yeah. Has Volta region developed though since you left?
It has developed a lot. And in fact, Ho, for example, only had one school when I was there, and now they have like 4 universities, which is, and it's grown so much. It's amazing.
It's impressive.
So you were surprised when you went there?
Very surprised.
Oh.
Yes.
When I lived there, I could walk through town myself and go to the market, go from one end of the town just walking. Now it's so spread out, you'll need a car or a bicycle.
So the community, those that you went to school here in Ghana and they are in the US with you, they are also going to come back, you said?
I think many of them will.
Okay.
Yes.
So what plans do you have as you come back?
We're going to work on that at the retreat in October when we all meet.
This is a very beautiful video, guys. Like, look at how people are appreciating our very own Ghana, you know, especially the school, the educational system here. I think we should appreciate it more here because we are the ones benefiting from it. Yes, these people have not forgotten the educational system of Ghana. They even compare to the US standard. They're like, Ghana educational system is even better than the US, you know, educational standards. I don't know where that is coming from, but these are people that had experienced schooling in Ghana and schooling in the US. So I think I'll go with them because they've had experience about the two countries. So what do you have to say about that? Let's learn how to appreciate what we have here. I know most of you will be like, the educational system now has dropped. You know, it's not like before. Well, I don't know. I don't have anything much to say about that. But what I know is that Ghana educational system is one of the best in the world. That's what I have to say. They are trying, and it is very good that they keep that standard till date. Like, it is very an amazing thing. I'm so sorry again about the background noise. This is a lady selling her bread. Yes, she have to do her business. She don't have to shut her mouth off because I'm making videos also. And this video, I really have to make it. Yes, I really have to make it. I saw it and I decided to bring it out here so you guys will see. Yes, I'm bringing videos like this so we will learn how to appreciate us. We should learn how to appreciate home. We should appreciate our own, like what we have in Africa. Africa is great. We should see reasons of why Africa is a better place for us to live in. Yes, we are the only ones that can build our nation. Nobody will come down here and build it for us. Nobody will do that, guys. But then let me know your thoughts in the comment section below. Do all to like, subscribe to this channel, share this video to as many eyes out there. I believe they'll watch and also learn 1 or 2 things on this clip. I love you guys always. Bye.